Warning: the following content may be too extreme for people who cannot distinguish seriousness from sarcasm. If you are one, or near one, of these people, please pause this video and refrain from watching any further. Do not continue this video until you are at least 30 feet away from the snowflake in question. World of blatant, biased media, we'll talk about a few words and phrases that's going to help us decode the language that is used in the media today. The term peaceful protest. We hear this term a lot. What they actually mean is no liberals were hurt in the process of throwing a brick through a window while loudly chanting death to pigs. No liberals were hurt. Sometimes they'll get together, gather in a large gangs or waylays and pound on small groups or a lone bystanders. But as long as no member of the liberal group were hurt, it was a peaceful protest. Voter suppression. So what they mean by saying voter suppression, when you hear the news in today's blatantly biased media, what they mean is any effort or attempt to prevent voter fraud. So making sure that the person who's voting is who they say they are, and things of that nature. All of those attempts and efforts are called voter suppression. When they say the Constitution, when they mention it, what they are referring to is a completely outdated, irrelevant piece of document that is over 200 years old, and none of the contents that it contains matters and relevant in today's life. Unless, of course, it serves the agenda of the liberal movement, such as freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, and so on and so forth. Obviously, right to bear arms, keep and bear arms, freedom of religion, freedom of expression, none of those things obviously are relevant in today's world. This is a very good one. We hear this quite often as well. So fascism or fascists, people who believe in fascism, first of all, they in order for you to become a fascist, you have to have a certain level of love for your country. People who would like to see that our government spending is curtailed to be able, so that we're living within our means, making sure that our family comes first, making sure that we keep our values that we hold near and dear to our hearts. Definition of a fascist. Greedy people. When you hear this term, what they're referring to is a group of people that actually have jobs. And when they go to work and spend the time and energy and effort to earn a paycheck, when they come home, they like to keep that paycheck for themselves so they can pay mortgages, rent, car payments, food, those luxury items. So these people who want bigger cut of what they actually work to earn, those are some greedy people. This is a very serious accusation, isn't it? So, here are the sexes. Anyone and everyone who disagree with Hillary or AOC. Sexists. Extra characteristics of a sexist is, if you freak out because there are men that wants to use women's bathroom, you're a sexist. Angry white male. They're referring to white men who go to church and vote Republican. Anti-intellectual. This is a good one. So, if you disagree with some professors that couldn't make it in the real world, so they stay in the academia, or if you don't agree with every single thing that gets televised by MSNBC, you're an anti-intellectual. The definition for the term racist. So if you believe that a person should be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin, then you're a racist. That must be a good thing. It's pretty rare these days. So when Republicans cooperate with Democrats' agenda, bipartisanship. But if Democrats agree with Republicans, that's being a sellout. The term courageous speech. That just means a liberal who gives a self-congratulatory speech to another group of liberals about the things that they all believe in. That's being courageous. Flag. A symbol of hatred and oppression waved by these ignorant, buck-toothed hillbillies dumb enough to think that this is the greatest country in the world. To know what the liberal media calls a cause, common cause of every single crime out there, there's a simple word for it. Guns. Obviously, they're referring to someone who is an ancient guy who is completely irrelevant to any political matters in modern society, unless they're claiming that he would definitely support gay marriage and abortion. He did. Pretty much believing 100% of everything that comes out of the mouths of Nancy Pelosi and Michael Moore. Have the audacity to support programs based on the fact that if they work or not, rather than if they sounds good or not. You must be heartless. Climate change denier. This used to be called global warming deniers. So someone who actually judges the global warming or climate change based on the available scientific facts and tries to be skeptical of everything until they can either prove or disprove things. You must now come up with socialistic agenda first and then try to fit all the narrative and scientific facts for that narrative to justify it. If you're not doing that, then you're a denier. When you hear this term, regardless of scientific facts or a long-standing tradition, such as Constitution, Bible, the fact that you can change your gender just because you had a surgery, or you must change the name of the team Washington Redskins, you're taking a very radical position, for sure. When you hear this phrase, understand that what they're saying is they don't want anyone to tell them what to do in their bedrooms until they need people to pay for their birth control, their abortion, and things of that nature. Then the government is welcome in their bedrooms and into their bodies and tell other people to pay for what you want in your bedrooms. So I hope some of these clarifications will help you in the future when you're listening to the news, such as CNN, MSNBC, and so on. This will help you from a lot of confusion and hassle, because when you hear something and you think it means one thing, but it actually ends up meaning something else, it can be pretty confusing and frustrating. Well, I really do hope that this list will help you to listen to the news and actually understand what they mean. So, thank you for joining me again on this Powerhouse Tactical video. Love to have you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Stay safe, stay yellow. God bless you, and God bless our republic.